good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS, and today we are looking at PolyBud. It's an AUv3 plugin. But first, we're going to kick off with this week's featured artist. It is moderator in the chat, friend of the channel, awesome artist, Thomas Christ. This is Trials and Errors. Thomas Christ, Trials and Errors. Welcome to the show, everybody. And hang on, where am I? I'm over here. Whoa, wait, what's going on? Hey, Thomas is our featured artist of this week. Awesome stuff. Trials and Errors. Click on the link above. You can go to Thomas's YouTube channel, or you can buy his stuff from Bandcamp. There's a link. It's pinned to the top of the chat. If that's what you need, if that's what you want, if that's what you have to do, you have to do it now. Do it now. Hippie says boom.
Boom.
Exactly. Welcome to the show. I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS, where every day we take a look at apps, mental health and well-being, stuff and things, interviews with great people, artists, stuff. And on the weekend, we do an occasional live stream and stuff like that. Today, we are looking at a really cool app, which I'm going to have a ball with today. It's lots of fun. Called... What are we doing again? I'm such a dick. PolyBud. What's going on? My little banners are going crazy. Why are you still going off? Hey, welcome to anyone who's watching on Twitch. I can see there is one person there. Every morning there's somebody over at the Twitch. Hello to you over at the Twitch. Hello, everyone on YouTube. What do I need to cover? Is there any news or anything I need to talk about before we get into today's show? I don't think so. I think everything's good. Let's look at some price drops, I guess, and then we shall dive in and play with the app. I didn't say hello to you all. That's what I was forgetting. Boom. Let's go to the top of the list. Hello, Thomas Christ, Russ8889, Audible Video. Hello to you. Reality with a spanner. What's going on? Anyway, who else is here? Guzzo of Oz. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Early rise and shine in Australia. Jenny, hello. And I see Ron is here as well. Who else is here? As I scroll down, Andy Goldsby, what's happening, my friend? Tremor Bear is here as well. And anyone else who may have forgotten? Let's keep scrolling. JDL, what is happening? Man, good to see you. Did I see Cem is here as well, the developer of today's app, PolyBud. I think I did see. Yes, hello, Cem. Good to see you. Hello, Clayton Von Kluge. Who else? Have I missed anyone else? I think I got you all, yeah. Good stuff. Alrighty, shall we jump in and look at some price drops? If I have missed you, just yell at me in the chat and I'll take it like a bitch. That's what I do. Amber Herb, just for no reason. Anyway, man, we're getting off to a good start. I told you, Kurt, I shouldn't have 2 coffees in the morning. I'm on my second coffee, and this is what happens. Mayhem. Have a drink from the cunt. Alrighty, price drops. Let's do it. We need to go over here, don't we? I don't think there's nothing much has changed from yesterday. Monoleap, Blease, 2 apps from Blease, $5 off. There you go. Red Shrike, Mammoth, Rhino, good stuff. All the Eventide apps are still on sale. Don't really need to cover much else, do we? Alrighty, we are looking at today PolyBud, another in the Bud series. And I may hear you ask, why do I need another Bud app? This one is fucking awesome. Well, they're all awesome. They're all really cool, and they all have their little unique things, but this one's particularly interesting because of its polyrhythmic multi-track stuff you can do all in one, where what I found with some of the buds, you've got to open multiple buds. This one, you can do a whole lot of things just with one bud opened. Awesome. Hello, Kim Harden Hudson. Look at the 2 ladies with spanners. Welcome aboard. We needed some female energy, I thought. You know, just having Russ as the only woman here wasn't enough. So this app is $4.99. Absolutely worth your time, as you're going to see. Nice to add to the Bud collection. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of what it can do first. So we'll kick off with that. Let's open up. What do I have? I have AUM over here. So basically, I've just got... I think I whipped this up in like, I don't know, 5 minutes last night, just tooling around. So as you can see, we have one instance of the Bud, the PolyBud over here. And we've got a few instances of the KQ Senpai, which we looked at yesterday. And there's a hammerhead on the end. So I'm going to shut up and let's just play some tunes, shall we? Let's do it. What's going on, hippie? I thought I'd kick off with something weird because you know what? I can. Who else has joined us? Gary Hubbs, what's happening? Gregory O'Sullivan. Have I missed anyone? Awesome. Alrighty, let's jump in and have a look and show you what this thing can do because it is incredibly powerful, incredibly powerful. So I'm going to clear this out of here. Let's clear that. Goodbye to you. We have a brand new fresh slate. So you can use this. So this is an AUv3 MIDI controller kind of deal. Yeah. So this is, you can use this in AUM. You can use this in something like Cubasis and open it up as a MIDI AUv3, and it can control the MIDI to send it to an instrument. That is the way it works. Unfortunately, you know, GarageBand, you can't actually open it up in there. But as I've shown before with things like this, you can send a track, you can send all this out of AUM into GarageBand and record an audio track that way. Hello, Jim Shannon on sounds. So we're going to open a MIDI track first. That is the first thing we've done there, and we're going to open an audio track next to it to kick off. Now, like most apps, it's very simple to set up. So in the MIDI track over here, we're going to search for PolyBud and open it up like so. And then over here, we shall open, what shall we open? Let's bring in, we'll do what we just had going there. So we'll just bring in a KQ, some pay. And we want to connect this to this. We need these two to talk to each other. There's two ways you can do it because there's been some updates with AUM, something I haven't covered yet, and I'm probably going to do a show on it next week. some really interesting updates that have happened with AUM, a massive overhaul actually. So we'll do it in here for now. So you just click on your instrument and choose PolyBud. So you can do it this way, right? So this is one way to do it if you're just using a single track. Or what we're going to do as well is you'll notice down here at the bottom, we have channel filters. So because we're going to do multiple tracks, what I want to do here is I'm going to turn off all of these MIDI channels and I'm going to select this as channel 1. So everything on channel 1 will now go to this. And now we're going to create another instrument. Check this out if you didn't know. Now what you can do with AUM is I can hold my finger over this instrument here. If I hold down, you get this option here pop up, select, and I can select, and then I can pop over here to this empty space, and I can copy or move this instrument from over here into over here. This is one of the new cool features. So you can copy an instrument over really easily. I love it. That's just one of the many features in here. Hello, Sean Chandler. What's happening, my friend? So we'll just go in here and change this instrument to something random for now. And again, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change this now to MIDI number 2, channel number 2. See, so we've got two instruments all connected, and because I copied this instrument over, it copied all the settings over as well. So it's connected to PolyBud also. Happy days. Now let's jump into PolyBud and show you where everything is, so you get acquainted with where everything is and how it looks. So if you've used a Bud app before, you will be familiar with the way it looks. It's, it's a very familiar setting here. Now, I have to let you know too, I am using today the current beta, which just got updated yesterday. I just wanted to use it. I played around with it for, I don't know, about an hour last night. I didn't have any troubles with it, so I thought I'd just use it today. So let's go down the side here and explain a few things. You have notes, velocities, gates, ratcheting, probability, and random. So notes speaks for itself. It's the notes. This is where you control your notes. Velocity, you should understand, is the velocities, yeah? So if it's louder or softer. Gating is if you've got like a piano sound, you can actually gate it from it being a long sustained note to a gated note. Ratcheting creates like a triple shot or a double shot. Da-da. So you can ratchet things. Probability, if you minus, see all these are set currently to 100, so they're always going to play. And if I turn one of these down, you'll see down the bottom it changes to like 36%. So that'll be the probability. It's a game of chance. It's like blackjack if it actually plays a note or not. And random, as you turn these up, this is the percentage on a random note that will be played apart from the ones you have selected in your notes. So that is the basic controls. Now this also controls CC notes as well. Now the other cool thing about this is you can see here, we've got note track 1. You can have multiple tracks within this app. So if I hit the plus, a little window pops up saying, would you like to add another note track or a CC track? So if I choose note track, boom, it's given me a whole nother track here with note, velocity, gate, ratchet, probability, and random. So you can keep building as many tracks as you like. So how do we get these two tracks to go to the two instruments that we have out here? Because remember, we've got two of these. Now, remember, I set one to MIDI channel number 1 and this one to MIDI channel number 2. So we've got our two tracks here. Now I'm going to head over to the settings, and this is where your tracks are. So you can see here's note track 1, which is set to MIDI channel number 1. And now we just need to change this one to number 2. So now these notes, whatever I create in these two sections over here, are going to go to those instruments. Just to kick off, we'll remove this instrument from the list, so we've only got one playing. So when we hit play, we get the start of Flash Gordon. Dun, 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 dun. Flash! Ah, flash. Ah. There you go. So it's just playing that one note over and over and over again of that piano. So we'll go back in here and show you what happens. So you need to be selected onto track 1. So we're on track 1 now. Now if we hit play, each of these lines down here show you what note is being played. So we're on a C2. If I change this, so we're going C, 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 G, C, 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 G, C. Cool. Now you can add more notes with the plus and minus over here. So let's add a few more. We'll add 7. We'll add an odd number. All right, we're grooving now. You can minus tracks as well, just by hitting the minus. You can add them back. Or you can hit the little hashtag and type in the amount of tracks you'd like. So we'll put 7. There we go. Turn that down just a little bit. Okay, so we've got some notes going. We've got a little rhythm happening here. Over here in the bottom or right-hand corner, we can change the rate. So we've got a whole lot of rates down here. 1 bar, quarters, dotted, all your usual suspects. Quarter, eighths, dotted, 16ths. Let's leave it at a quarter. Happy days. So let's move on to the next one. So you've got your velocities here, and this is really good for creating accenting, yeah? So if we accent this first note, and the second note. And again, what's really interesting about this, you can add as many, see when we're in our notes how we've got 7, you don't have to have 7 for the next one. We can do something ludicrous like, let's do 9, and we'll accent the last one, or the second last one. So we've got some velocity action happening here. Then we can go in and gate. Then we can go in and change the ratcheting. Let's add 2 tracks to this. So we've got 6. Now what starts happening is you're starting to get some odd timings here because we've got 7 notes running here. Our velocities are at 9. Our gates are at 4. Our ratchets are at 6. So the ratcheting is not going to land on the same note each time. So you're not getting a consistent rhythm. This is really randomizing already and doing some really poly kind of stuff going on, yeah? Then we can even fuck with it more and mess with the probability. So now some notes won't play, some will play. It all is based on luck. Now we're starting to get a bit weird, yeah? I love it. Hello, Suzanne. Let's randomize the notes now. Let's take this to 5 and we'll randomize some notes. So now things are getting really silly. Now let's speed it up a bit. And I love the craziness you can create with these Bud apps. Right, so there we go. That's doing its own thing. It's happy, having fun. Let's mess around with the second channel, because remember we've got a second instrument in here. And this is just doing its thing. So now we can click on the second track here. Did I set the velocity to 0? Hey? Set the velocity to 0. So I thought you said I had. What the hell? Let's ratchet these. I'm going to add 6 to these. And now we're starting to get some craziness go on. But well, the beautiful thing about this too is that you can also have really standard stuff as well. So you don't have to program it silly like I am. And I'll show you. Let's add another one of these, and I'll use this trick again here. So we'll put the volume up a little bit so there's some sound behind me. And shall we load something like Hammerhead? So we'll add some simple drums to it, yeah? But we'll try and get a polyrhythmic rhythm happening with this track here. So again, we're going to go in here and select PolyBud. Look at that, straight away it's off. Why is it doing that? That's because it's taking the data from the other track. So we're going to hit none here. And we're going to add this to a MIDI channel 3 because we want it to go to a separate channel, yeah? Just like the other two. So now we need to head back over here and add a new note. So now we've got 3 in here. So we head over to our settings. Here's our new track. We need to make this MIDI channel 3 and we've got a kick. Yeah. We're off. I think that's enough. I don't need to do anything more with that. So we'll probably bring the rest of this up. Now we can go in here . Now just stop this for a second. Here's where it gets interesting. So when you think about a keyboard and you're doing drums, yeah, on a MIDI keyboard like this, if I can pull it out. So your drums would start with a kick on the C and your snare is normally on the D. So taking a look at PolyBud here, we have a D and a C down here. So if I change these around, leave this first one as a C and move this up to a D, this should give us a 4 on the floor. Let's see if it does. It sure does. But what's really interesting is we can add some tracks. We'll add another snare there. And now we've got 7 instead of 8, and we've created a polyrhythm that's going to continue to be a different timing to everything. Now check this out. This is where it gets super interesting. Each of these tracks can have different rates. So we can take these drums and we can slow them down. We can take this original piano track here and make it faster. Multi-rhythmic, multi-channel, polyrhythmic madness. I love it. Let's go into our drums and add some ratcheting and really get messy. So we go into our drums here. We'll maybe add 5 here. I love these apps, they're so much fun. And what we can also do is randomize this, say on number 6. So we're going to get a different drum sound occasionally. There we go. Let's throw in another random. Let's change the probability up in the drums as well, so we never know what we're going to get. Let's just go mental here and add 11. 11-ty. We'll speed up the drums a bit. Let's make them faster. So much fun. All right, the other cool thing is, in the settings here, we can go in here and scroll to the bottom and we can change the key as we wish. So we're in a D, let's do something like, and we have a whole selection of scales as well. Let's choose something, here we go. Now you'll notice what happens. The drums have changed completely as well, because we're working on a different scale now. So if I change this to a chromatic, when we change it to augmented, the drums have different, because what happens is it's taking the scale from the keys and looking for those particular drum sounds, yeah? Really nice stuff. Okay, let's talk about some other stuff here. So with each individual track too, you can choose the octave, yeah? So we can bring this first piano track down. So we're only getting those low notes between octave 1 and 2. Then we can take the second track. You also can change the knobs, how they work, so horizontal, vertical, how you'd like to interact with all the knobs, and everyone loves to interact with knobs. Let's bring the bring it back to a major. We'll go to a D maybe. That sounds better. That's more brutal. So I'm going to show you a few other different things you can do. So let's just talk about down the bottom here. So we have a pattern section as well. These are in all of Cem's apps. All the Bud apps have these. So what you can do is you can create multiple patterns along here. So I can hit the plus sign and we've created a brand new pattern. You can flick between these, yeah? If you want to copy your original pattern, you can just hold down on it and you get a little copy thing here, copy, and then you can paste into this second one. So now we have the same sections here, and then you could go in and change them up heaps, get into the first section here, mess all these around, just to show you something random. We'll go into all the ratcheting, make it go ape shit, and do all the randoms. So now when we hit play, and what's really cool, in each of your programs down here, you can change the rates of all these as well. So we can go in and change the rates. So you're going to get different timings, yeah? So let's just do this. We'll change that down to a half. So you'll notice when we hit play now, we're on pattern 2. And then when I click on pattern 1, so there's a little bit of how it works. Let's show you a few different things. So, should we clear this? Yeah, we'll clear this one out. Let's hit clear. And I want to show you some CC stuff, yeah? Let's get into the CCs. And I don't mean corn chips. So I'm going to open up a pure piano in here. Let's give us a pure piano. And once that's loaded, we'll get a PolyBud in here. And we've just got a piano sound going on. Pretty basic stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 of these. Why, you're asking? Or you maybe not. You're just going along for the ride, yeah? So in here, we're going to connect this one. Let's connect this up here. So we want to connect this to there. PolyBud in. So now we've got a piano happening. Now I actually want to connect this second one. We'll go in here first to the first one. Just to show you, I'm going to do, I'm going to create a brand new pattern. And in this pattern, we'll add some ratcheting as well. Just to show you there's 2 different patterns here. So we've got this one and this one. So you can go ahead and click between these to change the patterns. Or you can actually control it with another PolyBud, which is quite interesting. So let me get this right. So we've got that's going into there, I think that's right. Am I doing the right one? Yeah, I think that's right. So now I can go in here to this second PolyBud. I'm going to just remove this channel. And I'm going to create, instead of a note channel, I'm going to create a CC channel. I'm going to choose 10. Yeah? So now we've got 10 selected. I should be able to change this if I've got everything connected right. Did I connect it the right way? I think I did. It's early in the morning. Where are we? Or maybe I didn't. Did I select the wrong one? This has got to go in. Am I doing it? Oh, man. Did I save this? I think I saved this. Where are we? Stop. Get it together. Get it together. So we've got that one playing there. We have to have... So this one's connected to that one. That's good. And let's just see. We've got this one down here. So that's going there and there, connected to C10. And here, this is going from MIDI output going into PolyBud 1. I think that's right. There we go. So what's happening now? Let me just stop this to explain. So because I've chosen CC10, see this up here? So we added a CC channel, and down here where it says patterns, the default pattern that is locked to the CC number to change patterns is 10, right? So in these 4 tracks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, I've chosen pattern 1, pattern 2, pattern 1. So every 2 beats, it's going to flick between the 2 patterns in this PolyBud. All right. So when we hit play, you'll see down the bottom here, these 2 jumping back and forward between each other. Check this out. And then we can head back over here and slow this down. So you can see down the bottom, it's changing back and forward. So it's pretty cool. You can actually automate your PolyBud patterns with another PolyBud using a CC10. Really, really cool. I like that. I think that's funky. And you could, have a whole group of these things controlling stuff, because you can go in and control, you can use CCs in here to control cutoff filters, all that kind of stuff like you would normally with any CC commands. And the other thing is you can do it all within one copy of this. So you don't have to make another version. You can have, I'll show you. So hopefully you get the idea of how powerful this really is, just with that simple little demonstration. We'll clear this out. And let's what else do I have in here? Cool. Let's open another project with another MIDI and another audio. For this, what shall we do? Let's add, we'll add a copy of PolyBud in here. And I'm going to add Mela 3, because that's got some pretty cool stuff in it. So we'll add Mela 3. Once again, we'll go in here and... we're off. Oh, what am I doing, man? Get it together, stupid. Wrong one. Okay. Where are we in here? Get your shit together. We want to go out. Actually, that's what we want to do. Man, I'm all over the shop today. Cool. There we go. So we have the same thing going on, yeah? Let's vary this up. Let's find a sound in here that's more interesting. That's nice. That's fun. Okay, so let's give this some rhythms. Let's give it some sound. Make it do some interesting things. Cool. So we've got a rhythm happening here. what I'm going to do is add another one. And in this one, we'll go into our settings and let's change the octave up a bit. Right, I'll just turn it down. So we have just something interesting, not too fancy, just a rhythm, yeah? Now we can go in and add a CC in here, and I'm going to choose 14, right? So this is a MIDI command 14. And then what I'm going to do is jump over to Mila, and I want to get this thing moving. I want to have it doing this, yeah? So this is F1 frequency. So what we're going to do is head over here, add PolyBud. And then I'm going to search for this F1 frequency. That's what I need. And here it is, filter. Here's the frequency. And I'm going to set this on to a number 14. And look at that. This has started moving all by itself. I'm not touching it at all. So now, within this CC here, not only are we creating a rhythm within PolyBud, we're able to control the frequency as well. We can add another one and get the distortion rolling. You can have as many as you like. It's incredible, really cool. So we can add it to anything in here. Super, super cool. What I like about it is normally with these, you may have to open up another bud or another app, but you can actually add heaps of them in here. So I can add a track if I want. I can add another CC. You can have a whole heap of CCs controlling a whole lot of stuff within your synths and stuff like that. All right, the last thing I'm going to do, so, you know, the sky's the limit. You can really create some amazing, amazing stuff. Last thing I'm going to do is, we'll clear this out. I just want to open up some drums and have some fun. So what we'll do is we'll open another MIDI track, another audio, all the CCs, man. So in here we'll go with Poly, if I can spell it. And I don't know, let's do... I don't want to just do Hammerhead because we've already had to play with that. Let's do something a bit different. Let's do Digisticks. Alrighty. So we've got Digisticks here. Let's connect this up. So we want to send this to Digisticks. Now if we... what I want to do with this too, so you need to be aware with Digisticks, it has some different configurations. And what I suggest is to go into GM mode in here. And you're going to be better off in GM mode. We can choose a rock kit for now. Did I set that up on the wrong channel? I think I did. Man, I'm all over the place today. What the hell? Oops. So we've got a kick happening. Boom, 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 boom. And the other thing I suggest is to jump in and set your, go into your settings here and change this, your scale, to chromatic. I like doing this just because chromatic makes sense. Where are we? There we are. Chromatic. So now again, let's make it 7. And again, depending on where you move this, what note's going to be played on the drum kit, right? But we'll keep it simple. We'll just keep it with a... Okay. Nice. Let's ratchet some stuff. Let's put some, again, an odd number of ratcheting in there. Now again, we can create a brand new track and get messy. Love it. We can find the hats. There we go. There's our hats. So we've got two channels, yeah? One's playing the hats, one's playing the drums, and we've got a 4/4 with the hats, and we've got this polyrhythmic thing going on with the drums. Yeah, absolutely, Jim. You can CC to an XY. The sky's the limit, man. Sky's the limit. Lorality completed her bundle for 11 US. Well done, Leela. And remember, you can do that if you've got other Bud apps. What's going on, Mr. Back from doing time? All right, so let's now remember, with these different channels, you can change the timing down here. So we can let's take that back up. With the hats, it's gonna cool. Let's go to the hats and make these. So you can really start getting some unique things going on here. Let's get in with the ratcheting as well. Let's just random some stuff up. Man, I love this app. Hey, how you going, Mr. Smith? Man, I love making music with crazy apps like this. So you can have a lot of fun with this too, and make some serious music as well. So you can control things as normal, or you can just go totally ape shit. Shall we add something else just to finish the show? Let's go in here and add, let's do a KQ. We're going to put this on MIDI channel 2. We'll add a new note section. We'll go in here and make number 3, track 3 here, MIDI channel 2. Man. Let's change the sound up. My brain's melting too. I love it. Now we're getting somewhere. Man, if you can't have fun making music and laughing and having a good time, you're doing something wrong. Let's go in here and make this MIDI channel 4. And we'll add another one. So we need to take this new note track to MIDI channel 4. Alrighty. What sounds? Let's solo this. What sound can we grab for this? I'm just choosing random sounds, man. That's the way you go. Let's see. We've got a sitar. Some bagpipes. No, what I want is... Why not? Let's use a telephone. What's this in? This is in C, is it? Fucking hell. Let's randomize this up a bit. Give it some probability. We'll ratchet this stuff out. Oh, I'm happy as a pig in shit right now. Let's grab a preset from here. Let's grab my chainsaw. Sweet. Let's go, shall we? We'll bring this in slowly. And this will be the end of the show. Awesome stuff, man. That is what hell sounds like, trust me. Let's pull that sucker out of there. Oops, sorry for the noise. There you go. Look, you can have an absolute ball of fun with this stuff. It's a great app. And you can just tit around and have as much fun as you want. Add a CC for Rhythm. Yeah, that would be really cool as well too. there you go. So because Vithem, I would open up Vithem right now, but unfortunately I'm running the beta for Vithem at the moment. So I'm sworn to secrecy. I don't want to put Vithem out there publicly yet because it is currently in beta 3.0 and it is killer. Yeah, it's really, really cool. Hey, thanks for joining us today, Cem. Always good to see you in the stream. I'm so glad you always turn up for the streams. Hope you had fun, and I hope you guys all had fun as well. And this is appealing to you. You know what I say? Apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need to catch them all. But if this one catches your attention and you feel it can help you make something interesting, then support the developer for $5.99 US. You can't go wrong. Good fun. That's what it's all about. That's what making music is all about. Yes? All right, that'll wrap up for today. Let's shut this out. Let's cover what's coming up tomorrow, because what have we got happening on the show tomorrow? We are doing this. We're going to be talking about this thing here, what I'm speaking into, my wireless microphone, my Rode Wireless Go 2. I'm going to show you all the parts I had to buy to make it happen, all the bits and pieces, the little thing I have in my pocket, which is connected to the wireless headset, all the parts. So we'll show you how that all works and if it's something you might be interested in doing. Yeah. So there's that. The day after that, we're going to be looking at Cality. And I'm going to be using it alongside with PolyBud, which we looked at today. And I'll give you a little sneak peek at what you're going to see on on that show, because it's wild. Let's open this one up. You ready? Let's see. Oh. Man, this thing's off the chain. So we'll be looking at Cality the day after. It is mental. Mental. Alrighty, let's stop that. Stop, I said. Look, it's still going. It's doing its own thing. I love it. There you go. All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Remember, mistakes make you better, and we all rise together. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Oh, don't forget, Pete Johns has his GarageBand user show coming up in a couple of hours' time, so make sure you head over and check that out. Welcome to my new moderators, Kim and Leela, and we'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Bye-bye. Boom. 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 Stunning.